What is happening, Scoop fam? Get ready because the news cycle is firing on all cylinders today, and we've got the inside scoop on some major developments that you absolutely cannot miss. The world of entertainment and beyond is buzzing, and we're here to break it all down with that high energy, can't get enough vibe you love. From blockbuster casting rumors that have the internet in a frenzy to deep dives into beloved comic universes and the latest in gaming innovation, we're covering it all. Buckle up because this is Sheeran Scoop, and you're about to get the unmissable updates that will keep you ahead of the curve. Let's dive in. First up, we're tackling a rumor that has every comic book fan and movie buff talking. Could the star of the hit series Reacher, Alan Ritchson, be stepping into the iconic role of Batman? We've got the definitive truth that's finally being revealed, and trust us, you're going to want to hear this. Then, we're shifting gears to the digital realm with a look at a brand new LEGO Batman game that's breaking all the molds. Forget what you thought you knew about LEGO titles, because this one is reportedly packed with nuanced stealth, deep combat, and surprising nods to the entire history of the Dark Knight. Is this the game that redefines the genre? And finally, we're diving into the latest comic releases, including a brand new era for Batman himself and a look at the birds of prey facing a terrifying new threat. So much to unpack, so little time. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for all the hottest scoops, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's get to it. Is Alan Ritchson the next Batman? The truth revealed. Are the internet's wildest casting rumors about to become a reality? The question on everyone's lips in the entertainment world is whether Alan Ritchson, the powerhouse star currently captivating audiences as Jack Reacher, is set to don the cape and cowl of Gotham's most iconic vigilante, Batman. The speculation has been rampant, fueled by fan desires and the sheer charisma Ritchson brings to his roles. Now, we're getting closer to the definitive answer, cutting through the noise to bring you the unvarnished truth about his potential involvement with the DC Universe's Dark Knight. This isn't just another rumor. It's a revelation that could reshape the future of superhero cinema. For months, fans have been clamoring for Ritchson to take on the mantle, citing his imposing physique, brooding intensity, and proven ability to embody complex, action-oriented characters. His portrayal of Jack Reacher has cemented him as a leading man capable of carrying a franchise, and the DC Extended Universe, now under the guidance of James Gunn, is actively seeking its next generation of heroes and villains. The timing seems almost too perfect, with the DCU in a state of flux and a new Batman project on the horizon. The initial whispers suggested a direct casting, but as the story develops, we're uncovering the nuanced reality of these discussions. It appears Ritchson himself has been quite open about his interest, and more importantly, his conversations with the key players at DC Studios. In a recent Candid interview, Ritchson confirmed that he has indeed spoken with James Gunn about the possibility of playing Batman. While he expressed immense admiration for Gunn's vision and a strong desire to be a part of the DCU, he also tempered expectations, stating, "Words have been exchanged about Batman, but I strongly don't think that Batman is in my future." This statement, while seemingly a rejection, also comes with a crucial caveat. I do think there is something in my future with DC, and I would like that to remain true. This leaves the door wide open for other possibilities within the expansive DC universe. It suggests that while the specific role of the main DCU Batman might be heading in a different direction, Ritchson's talent is clearly on DC's radar for other significant parts. Could he be portraying a different iteration of the Caped Crusader, perhaps in an Elseworlds project, or is there another beloved character in the DC pantheon that Gunn has in mind for him? The excitement lies in the unknown, with Ritchson hinting at a collaboration that is almost a certainty. This development has sent ripples through the fan community, with discussions ranging from who Ritchson might play instead to the potential casting choices for the primary DCU Batman. The fact that Gunn is actively engaging with actors of Ritchson's caliber indicates a serious and deliberate approach to building the new DCU slate. Fans are eagerly awaiting any further details, analyzing every word from Ritchson and Gunn for clues. The potential impact on upcoming DC projects, including the rumored, the brave, and the bold film, is immense. Whether Ritchson dons the cowl or takes on another pivotal role, his confirmed involvement in conversations with DC leadership signals a major move for the actor and the studio. Hold onto your seats, because the conversation around Batman is far from over. Next, we're diving into a completely different kind of caped crusader, one made of plastic bricks, but with surprising depth. Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, a stealthy surprise. Prepare to have your perceptions shattered, because a new Lego Batman game is on the horizon, and it's reportedly veering into uncharted territory for the beloved brick-based franchise. Titled Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, this upcoming title is generating significant buzz not for its usual family-friendly antics, but for its ambitious integration of mechanics typically found in more mature action-adventure games. Early impressions from preview sessions suggest a game that's not just a fun diversion, but a surprisingly deep and engaging experience that pays homage to the entire spectrum of Batman's rich history. The most striking aspect of Legacy of the Dark Knight appears to be its sophisticated stealth system. Players have reportedly found themselves so engrossed in methodically taking down enemies from the shadows that time has flown by unnoticed. This level of immersion is a far cry from the simpler gameplay loops of previous LEGO titles. The game's design seemingly borrows heavily from the acclaimed Arkham series, known for its fluid combat and intricate stealth mechanics. Reports indicate a surprisingly vertical level design that allows for dynamic takedowns, enabling players to strike from above and then retreat to vantage points, much like the Dark Knight himself. Furthermore, the game incorporates combo chaining, projectile dodging, and enemy counter mechanics, adding a layer of strategic depth that promises to challenge even seasoned gamers. While it might not possess the exact visceral weight of a Rocksteady production, the developers at TT Games are aiming to deliver a satisfying and strategic combat experience that elevates the LEGO formula. Beyond the gameplay mechanics, Legacy of the Dark Knight is set to be a comprehensive celebration of Batman's legacy. TT Games has drawn inspiration from across all eras of the character's history, not just the recent Arkham games. This means players can expect to see elements from various iconic Batman films and comic runs integrated into the game. For fans of Christopher Nolan's cinematic universe, the presence of the tumbler Batmobile has been noted. The game also appears to blend modern aesthetics, with visual cues reminiscent of Matt Reeves's 2022 The Batman, while also incorporating elements from classic portrayals, such as Danny DeVito's memorable Penguin. The developers have even delved into comic book lore, referencing the Red Hood gang from Alan Moore's The Killing Joke, indicating a deep respect for the source material. TT Games' strategic director, Jonathan Smith, has emphasized the creation of an original narrative that weaves together these diverse influences, promising a unique experience that honors Batman's decades-long journey. This ambitious blend of complex gameplay and historical homage raises the question of how well these elements will coexist within the traditional LEGO framework. While the core LEGO mechanics of puzzle solving and item collection are expected to remain, the infusion of more intricate combat and stealth systems suggests a significant evolution for the franchise. The game's rendition of Gotham City is described as a sprawling, dark, and vertically immense playground, perfect for players who enjoy aerial traversal and strategic combat. Collectors will also have plenty to discover, with hints that even the notoriously challenging Riddler challenges might be made more accessible. The promise of slapstick humor and witty dialogue, hallmarks of the LEGO series, will ensure that the game retains its signature charm despite its increased complexity. LEGO Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, appears poised to offer a fresh perspective on a beloved character, blending nostalgia with innovative gameplay. But the world of Batman isn't just about games, it's also about the pages that started it all. Next, we're diving into the latest comic book releases that are shaping the future of the DC universe. New era dawns for Batman in upcoming comic releases. September is shaping up to be a monumental month for comic book enthusiasts, particularly for fans of the Caped Crusader, as a brand new era for Batman officially kicks off with the highly anticipated Batman 1. This launch isn't just another issue. It marks the beginning of a new creative direction for one of the most iconic characters in all of fiction, helmed by acclaimed writer Matt Fraction and superstar artist Jorge Jimenez. The anticipation is palpable, as fans eagerly await to see how this new team will redefine the Dark Knight for a new generation, promising an experience that will test Batman and Bruce Wayne like never before. Matt Fraction, known for his critically lauded runs on Hawkeye and Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, brings his unique storytelling prowess to Gotham. His involvement alone has generated significant excitement, with many hoping he can inject a fresh perspective into the character, potentially moving beyond the established trends of the past decade. While initial hype cycles for new Batman runs often lead to critical reevaluation, Fraction's proven track record suggests a strong possibility for sustained quality and innovation. The creative team aims to deliver an unforgettable new era, and the initial buzz indicates this could be a landmark run, offering a compelling narrative that appeals to both longtime aficionados and newcomers alike. The promise of a brand new first issue to kick off this newer era suggests a significant jumping-on point for readers. Beyond the flagship Batman title, the comic landscape is vibrant with other compelling releases that continue to expand the DC universe. Cheetah and Cheshire, too, continues the thrilling heist narrative, following the titular characters as they assemble a crew to infiltrate the Justice League's watchtower. Following a strong first issue from writer Rucka, the focus now shifts to the execution of their ambitious plan, promising high stakes and clever maneuvers. Meanwhile, Batgirl 11 brings Cassandra Cain's current storyline, The Three Swords, to a dramatic conclusion. The issue delves into her family history, forcing her to confront a difficult choice between her powerful bloodline and her newfound relationships. This installment is poised to reveal more about Lady Shiva's legacy and propel Batgirl into a new phase of her journey. Further expanding the DC Comics universe, Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong 4 promises a titanic clash as Godzilla faces off against Superman, albeit with the Man of Steel not at full power. This encounter is particularly intriguing for fans who follow power-scaling discussions, adding an extra layer of anticipation to the battle. In Poison Ivy 36, the titular antihero finds herself leading the Order of the Green Knight in Seattle, reflecting on a recent confrontation and questioning the loyalty of her ranks amidst the potential for a traitor. The setting of Slaughter Swamp for her nascent utopia raises eyebrows, hinting at future complications. Lastly, Birds of Prey 25 sees the team facing the escalating threat of the Shadow Army, with their endgame involving a dangerous game called The Unreality. The Birds must go undercover to dismantle this mass casualty event before it's too late, adding a thrilling race against time to their agenda. Teen Titans Go! 7 also arrives, presenting a scenario where the Titans are lured into a trap by a future super team, forcing them to fight for their legacy and their way home. These comic narratives are building epic sagas, but the gaming world is also crafting unforgettable adventures. Next, we're exploring how the world of gaming is paying tribute to these iconic characters in surprising new ways. Gotham's kids praise LEGO Batman's heroics, and you should too. In a delightful twist that bridges the gap between childhood play and sophisticated game design, LEGO Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, is being hailed not just for its innovative gameplay, but for its surprising depth and faithfulness to the vast history of the Dark Knight. Early previews and player feedback suggest that this title transcends the typical expectations of a LEGO game, offering a rich, engaging experience that resonates with fans of all ages. The game is reportedly weaving together elements from across Batman's cinematic and comic book past, creating a unique tapestry that celebrates the character's enduring legacy. The most talked-about feature is the game's unexpected stealth system. Players have found themselves completely engrossed in methodically eliminating enemies from the shadows, a testament to the game's immersive design. This approach draws clear inspiration from the critically acclaimed Arkham series, integrating mechanics such as environmental takedowns and strategic retreats to high vantage points. The level design itself is noted for its verticality, allowing for dynamic gameplay scenarios reminiscent of Batman's own stealth operations. Furthermore, The combat system is far more complex than in previous LEGO titles, featuring combo chaining, projectile dodging, and counterattack mechanics that add a significant layer of strategic depth. While it may not replicate the exact visceral impact of a rock-steady title, Legacy of the Dark Knight compensates with a system that promises a satisfying and thoughtful approach to enemy encounters. TT Games, the developer behind the title, has stated that the entire history of Batman served as inspiration, not just the modern Arkham era. This commitment to celebrating the character's extensive lore is evident in various aspects of the game. For instance, players can commandeer the iconic Tumbler Batmobile, a nod to the beloved Nolan films. Other sequences are reportedly inspired by the aesthetic of the 2022 film, The Batman, blended with classic interpretations, such as Danny DeVito's memorable portrayal of the Penguin. The game also delves into deeper comic book history, referencing elements like the Red Hood Gang from Alan Moore's seminal graphic novel, The Killing Joke. This expansive vision, focused on crafting an original narrative that pulls from every decade of Batman's legacy, suggests a truly unique experience for fans. The question remains whether this intricate simulation can truly coexist with the lighthearted, family-friendly nature of the LEGO franchise. However, Legacy of the Dark Knight appears to retain the core mechanics that have defined LEGO games for 2 decades, including puzzle solving and collectible hunting. The game's rendition of Gotham City is described as a sprawling, dark, and vertically immense playground, ideal for players who enjoy exploration and environmental interaction. The potential return of Riddler challenges, rumored to be more accessible than in previous iterations, adds another layer of appeal for completionists. With TT Games promising to infuse the experience with their signature slapstick humor and witty dialogue, LEGO Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, is shaping up to be a comprehensive and innovative tribute to the Dark Knight, offering a fresh perspective that honors his entire storied past. From the digital streets of Gotham to the printed page, the world of Batman is constantly evolving. Now, let's wrap it all up with a quick recap of today's top stories and your call to action. And that's a wrap on today's explosive news cycle. We covered Alan Ritchson's potential Batman talks, the surprisingly deep LEGO Batman game, the exciting new era for Batman comics, and the birds of prey facing a new threat. Don't miss out on any future scoops. Hit that like button, subscribe to Sheeran Scoop for your daily dose of entertainment and news, smash that notification bell so you're always in the know, drop a comment with your thoughts on these stories, and follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.